Hi, it's Kevin May, the Editor-in-Chief of PhocusWire, in the PhocusWire studio here at the Phocuswright Conference. James Burrows, the newly installed but an original co-founder of Rentals United, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You've just been presenting here as part of the Innovators Summit. Let's just talk generally about some of the market stuff that you do. I mean, it says here you're going to create the most advanced automation platform the sector has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
How far is it away from being automated anyway?
Well, we've been automating bookings with our clients for a long time, taking away that manual process of being able to manage them either via the channel or through their own booking platform or the PMS that they've been using. Mm-hmm. So that part of automation is already there. What we're now doing is bringing additional third-party products, services, as it were. So hopefully we're trying to enable the whole customer journey from the time that they even decide or thinking about wanting to email the host via a platform, say the Airbnb. Mm-hmm. So requests will come through to the platform. We'll be able to answer them either via our platform or the customer will be able to answer them. And then we'll be able to drag the customer through the whole journey. So from sending out a welcome message to booking a car to pick them up at the airport to sending out the keyless entry codes. And so we have the technology now to be able to do this.
What do you think are going to be some of the other tools that are going to be demanded by rental owners? You talked about keyless entry, you talked about stuff like what other things are you expecting further down the line?
I mean, for us, it's mostly around the four types of different main tech platforms. So your PMS, your revenue management, and your payment provider, and they're the ones that we're really concentrating on right now. We're seeing more demand, or at least a trend, in keyless entry, in check-in, check-out, that kind of services. So we're seeing more. Home automation is also quite popular, especially in Europe. Okay. So we're seeing an increase, but I think that the adoption with these property managers is still quite slow because they're kind of risk averse, and there aren't many platforms out there that can offer them everything through one particular entry point.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the company's been around for a little while.
Yeah.
But would it be fair to say that the market has changed quite dramatically just in the last 2 or 3 years because of the continued dominance of the continued rise, I beg your pardon, of Airbnb, but just what the focus and the attention that the likes of Booking.com have put on it, and HomeAway's, kind of assimilation into Expedia.
Yeah, do you know, I mean, Airbnb has made the industry sexy, but what people seem to think that Airbnb have been the ones that are really leading the market, and Booking.com are in and selling apartments well before Airbnb. They have more inventory. They make more bookings than Airbnb for us anyway. So they're a real player. The market's changed, which is, I think, why we need to also change with it. Okay. I think that for us, channel management will only become one part of a bigger picture. It was our entry point, as it were. We're basically a company that is able to connect to different touch points and manage the distribution of data between a number of different endpoints. That's it. And so if we can do that and specialize in that, then adding additional products and other services is a fairly easy thing to do, so long as we know that we can manage the actual data itself.
Okay. And lastly, I mean, what would it mean to Rentals United if one of those big OTAs themselves just started building this technology for their customers anyway?
I think,
because just the context being that Booking.com did the same with some of its hotel tools and things like that. It bought a couple of brands so that they could build this booking suite and things like that.
But they're now trying to sell it, aren't they? So,
indeed. Yeah. So, but if they to do the same, or Airbnb was to do the same and start building its own tech that does all this for their host, what does that mean for you?
Well, I mean, it's obviously going to be a challenge, as much as PMSs now have some direct connections to the channels, whereas they didn't before. I think that we're just carrying on doing what we're doing and specializing in what we think that we're best at, which is managing this data. I don't think that there will always be bookings made outside of Airbnb. You know, just look at the hotel industry. There is, you know, there's a few dominant players, but Airbnb will not dominate this market. And I think it's the same thing with regards to distribution. We're not the only channel manager, but we hope that we're doing it in the best way.
And interestingly, Airbnb's competition has suddenly changed from being hotels to being OTAs.
Exactly. Now suddenly, they're even changing the model.
Yeah, indeed. So James Burrows, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.